everybody, it's Mrs. Krutinger. I'm here with my teacher assistant, Winnifred. Say hi, Fred. And today we are going to talk about R.A.F.T, RAFT. What does it mean? Well, Winnifred, it doesn't mean that we're going on a fun vacation right now. We're having a staycation at home, so we have to make up our own fun. But R.A.F.T is really helpful when answering questions about the text. So let's talk about what R.A.F.T stands for. First, the R means to restate the question. So you're writing the question and you're restating it as a sentence. So if the question is, why do pigs fly? If you were restating it, you wouldn't write, why do pigs fly? You would write, pigs fly, or pigs fly because. The next step is to answer the question. So you're telling me if the question is, why do pigs fly? You're going to tell me why pigs fly. But you're not going to just pull any old answer out. You're going to actually find the answer in the text and then tell me why. The next step is F, for example. So you're going to tell me why pigs fly. So you have to go back into your text, find that page number, and then write down your answer. You might even want to use quotes when you're writing that down. And then for the very, very last step of RAFT is therefore, the T. So therefore means I'm just kind of wrapping it up, and that's it. I'm going to show you an example of how to do an RAFT. Winnifred and I, we picked out a book together from her room. And you could do this at home. You could pick out any book. Maybe you brought your IR book home, your independent reading book, or you have a book from, I don't know, the library, or maybe your little brother and sister has a book, or maybe just your collection at home. You can really use anything, especially for the question that I'm going to give you right now. So Winnifred, would you hold up the question for us? And here we have to get a little creative. I'm writing it on an envelope because I'm running low on paper. So the question says, here, I'm going to give this to you, Winnifred. Why are the illustrations important? Don't eat it. Why are the illustrations important in the text? So that's your question. So if I'm answering this, I'm going to start with my R. Why are the illustrations important in the text? Okay, so if I have to restate that, I can't have a question mark. Let me just take a look at this here. What if I just covered this up and I could say the illustrations are important in the text? Okay, I'm going to write that down. Here, Fred, you can hold my book for me. So this is my restate. The illustrations are important in the text. Period. That's my restate. The illustrations are important in the text. Now I need my A. I have to what, Fred? Answer the question. So these illustrations, when we were reading this, they were important because they help tell the story. If you look through here, you can see Amelia Bedelia doing all these silly things. Aren't they silly, Fred? See? So my answer would be the illustrations, or they are important. They are important because they help tell the story. Answer. They are important because they help tell the story. Now I need an F. My F is that's right, Fred, the for example. So for example, I'm going to actually take my book and look inside and see oh my goodness. Oh, this is funny. It's a picture of Amelia Bedelia carrying the little girl out of the office. So I know that in this part of the story, they tell her to bring Jane, the little Jane, into the office. And so she actually picks her up, and carries her into the office. Oh, I love these books. So, my for example would be, for example, so I would write that down. Amelia, Bedelia carries Jane into the office on page, I'm going to give the page number. Let's see, Fred, did you help me by holding that page number for me? Yes, you did. Thank you. On page 49. So there's my proof, my for example. If you were answering a question about text, you would go back and you would actually find the quote in the text. So for example, it says, Amelia Bedelia carried Jane into the doctor's office. I would write that with quotation marks around it and use that as my for example. The last step is therefore. Now when we're writing therefore, we're just kind of wrapping it up. We're taking that beginning restate and putting it here at the bottom. So, therefore, the illustrations are important in the text. Therefore, the illustrations are important in the text because they help tell the story. Now, you can try this at home with one of your favorite books. It's not an assignment that's due or anything like that, but if you would like a little extra practice before we dive into those packets in a couple of weeks, it might be a good idea to just try doing an RAFT response, either on a piece of paper, type it up. You can even send us a picture of you and your RAFT response and maybe what book you used. Or you could even come up with your own question about the text and answer it that way. Get creative, right? So let's just go over this one more time. So, for your RAFT response, R, restate the question, right, Fred? Tell them it's very important to what? Restate the question. Then, answer the question. After you answer the question, give me a for example. Find evidence from the text. Use those quotations. Or if it's an illustration, explain what the illustration is and what page it's on. And at the very end, give us a therefore. Wrap it up with a bow, tie it up, and that's the end. So thank you very much, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions about RAFT, please feel free to shoot me a message, Class Dojo, or even just leave a comment down below. Some friends might be wondering the same things, and it might be good to answer it just right on the page. All right, signing off. Fred, do you want to finish reading this? Or maybe it's time for some snacks. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.